Why Europe's declining birth rates are a major concern. Hey there, folks. Did you know Europe is facing a baby crisis? Yeah, you heard that right. Birth rates across the continent are plummeting faster than my enthusiasm on Monday mornings. But why is this happening, and why should we care? In today's video, we're diving deep into the heart of Europe's declining birth rates. We'll explore the factors driving this trend, the potential consequences, and how to turn things around. First, let's talk about what a declining birth rate means. It's not just about having fewer babies, it's about the long-term impact on society. With fewer young people being born, we end up with an aging population, which can strain our healthcare and pension systems. It's like trying to run a marathon with a backpack full of bricks. Eventually, it will slow us down. Now you might be thinking, why should I care about Europe's birth rates? Well, my friend, in our globalized world, what happens in Europe can have ripple effects everywhere. Economic downturns, labor shortages, and changes in trade can all impact global markets, including those in the US. So this is an issue that concerns us all. Ready to dive in? Let's go. The statistics. All right, let's get into some numbers. Currently, Europe's birth rates are hitting record lows. The average birth rate in the European Union is about 1.5 children per woman, far below the replacement rate of 2.1. To put this in perspective, in the 1960s, the average was around 2.6 children per woman. Yikes! Countries like Italy and Spain are at the forefront of this decline, with birth rates hovering around 1.3. Even countries like Germany and France, which traditionally had higher rates, are seeing significant drops. This isn't just a blip, it's a trend that's been developing over decades. And it's not just in one region. It's a widespread phenomenon affecting almost every corner of Europe. Let's break this down further. According to Eurostat, the total number of live births in the EU decreased from about 5.1 million in 1964 to approximately 4.2 million in 2019. Meanwhile, the median age of the population is rising, reaching 43.7 years in 2019 compared to 35.2 years in 1990. This means there are more older people and fewer young people. A demographic time bomb, some might say. Why does this matter? Well, a declining birth rate means fewer young people entering the workforce, which can lead to economic challenges, a shrinking tax base, and increased pressure on social services. But before we get into the doom and gloom, let's take a look at why this is happening. Why birth rates are declining. First up is the economy. Having kids is expensive, like really expensive. Housing costs are through the roof, childcare costs are sky high, and let's not even talk about the price of education. Many young people are finding it difficult to make ends meet, let alone think about starting a family. In cities like London, Paris, and Berlin, the cost of living is so high that many couples delay having children until they feel financially secure, which often never comes. Then there's the social aspect. People are getting married later, if at all, and many are choosing to have fewer children or none at all. The traditional family structure is evolving, and with it, so are attitudes toward having kids. More people are prioritizing their careers, personal freedom, and lifestyle choices over raising a family. The rise of dual-income households and the desire for personal development mean that starting a family often takes a back seat. Cultural influences also play a role. There's a growing trend of individualism and a shift away from traditional values that emphasize large families. Additionally, the availability of contraception and changing gender roles have empowered people to make more deliberate choices about if and when they want to have children. In many European countries, there's also a strong focus on women's career advancement and gender equality, which can sometimes delay family planning. Moreover, there's the impact of urbanization. As more people move to cities for better job opportunities and living standards, they often face the challenges of space and affordability. Urban living doesn't always lend itself well to raising large families, and this shift from rural to urban life has contributed significantly to the declining birth rates. Consequences of declining birth rates. So what's the big deal? A declining birth rate has far-reaching consequences. Economically, it can lead to a smaller workforce, which means less economic growth and fewer people to support the aging population. This can strain public finances, with fewer workers contributing to taxes and more retirees drawing on pensions and healthcare services. It's a classic case of too many hands reaching into the cookie jar and not enough cookies to go around. Socially, a shrinking population can lead to community decline, with fewer schools, hospitals, and services in certain areas. It can also impact cultural vitality, as fewer young people may mean a less dynamic and innovative society. Think about it, young people are often the drivers of change, creativity, and technological advancement. With fewer of them, societies could become more stagnant and less adaptable to future challenges. Looking ahead, the future projections are pretty stark. If current trends continue, some countries could see their populations halve by the end of the century. This would fundamentally change the fabric of European societies, affecting everything from the economy to the environment. For example, Japan, which has faced similar issues, has seen rural towns turn into ghost towns as young people move to cities and birth rates fall. Europe could be looking at a similar future if trends don't change. Furthermore, there's the issue of intergenerational equity. With fewer young people, the burden on the working age population to support the elderly increases. This can lead to higher taxes, reduced benefits, and potentially lower quality of life for both the young and the old. It's a delicate balance, and right now the scales are tipping in the wrong direction. What can be done? All right, it's not all doom and gloom, there are solutions. Governments can implement policies to encourage higher birth rates. This includes offering financial incentives for families, subsidizing childcare, and providing better parental leave options. Some countries, like France and Sweden, have had success with such measures. For instance, France has one of the highest birth rates in Europe, partly due to its generous family policies. These include substantial child benefits, tax breaks for families, and a strong emphasis on work-life balance. Sweden, on the other hand, offers extensive parental leave, 480 days per child, and a high degree of gender equality in both the workplace and home, which helps families manage the demands of raising children. We can also look at success stories from other regions. For example, in some Nordic countries, comprehensive family policies have helped maintain higher birth rates. These policies not only support parents financially, but also promote work-life balance and gender equality. In Estonia, for example, the government has introduced baby boom incentives, including cash grants and parental benefits, which have shown positive results. On a societal level, changing attitudes and creating a supportive environment for families can make a big difference. This means promoting flexible work arrangements, reducing the stigma around parental leave, and fostering communities that support young families. Employers can also play a role by offering family-friendly policies and recognizing the importance of work-life balance. Another important aspect is addressing housing affordability. By making it easier for young families to buy or rent homes, governments can reduce one of the significant barriers to starting a family. This could involve policies to increase the supply of affordable housing, provide subsidies for young families, or offer favorable mortgage rates. To wrap things up, Europe's declining birth rates are a complex issue with serious implications. From economic challenges to social changes, the impact is wide-ranging. But with the right policies and societal support, it's possible to address this trend and create a future where families can thrive. If you found this video informative and engaging, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. Your support helps us bring you more insightful content. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.